My fourth birthday was the worst day of my entire life. That day was so remarkable to me at the time, but I could never see how foolish I was. They took me away from my mother just because of my idiotic quirk. I would have rather been quirkless than this. This is just terrible. That day, I found out what my quirk was, and it was so powerful that the JHA took me away to a special building for relatively potential failed children. They trained us without mercy. They didn't even consider us as people, just military drones waiting to get programmed into the system and just follow orders without any disobeying. They taught us. They fed us. But they did it so we gained the maximum potential that we can. Since my quirk is blood related, I mostly ate stuff with iron, that boosts my iron, and other nutrients that boost my blood. Along with pills that kept us awake since we only got 5 hours of sleep. Then 10 hours of training, and the rest would be teaching and eating. This was the cycle. We learned what we're supposed to do, and if we got a question wrong, we got shocked. Do anything wrong, and we got shocked from our quirk suppressants collars around our necks, arms, and shins. They were ruthless in their training methods. One day, I received my first mission to capture 2 members of the League of Villains. They send a time and a place. They got me to that place 3 hours ahead of when the villains would be there, and just left me there to see if there's anything suspicious going on. I was looking real shady myself. They took away my collars, but gave me a special one which would activate when I stepped out of line. 2 hours before they would arrive, a hero named Hawks would come to me. Hey, kid, what are you doing so late at night? I did not know how to answer him. The JHS always said to avoid any questions, since that they could be used against you. So I just said, nothing, leave. Unfortunately, I cannot do that, since you are outside of your bedtime hours. Listen, I get up earlier than you do, so why don't you get your chicken nugget ass out of here? Well, I'm a hero. You cannot say that. Oh yeah? Well, I work for the JHA department. You better get out of here. And Izuku states the department that he's in. Hawks gets flashbacks. So, you're in that department, huh? Yeah, you're familiar. Hawks always had to keep a classified info about that topic. So he said, can't tell you. So you were. I wonder, how badly was it back then? Hopefully it got better since the new laws. Hopefully things are much better. Well, I can't tell you that either. Anyway, I'm on a stakeout mission. I'm not supposed to tell you this, but please go. I beg of you. Izuku saying this in a sad tone. The Hawks obliges. Hawks knew what kind of people they were. Izuku found the villain group with the two members. Izuku's objective was to capture, but Izuku was seen and the villains, try to attack him. So Izuku justified this as self-defense and made them into a bloody pulp, still alive barely, and taking in all their blood so they would die in a couple of days from any diseases that were found on the ground, which were many. They died after the investigations into them. Izuku was punished for this. He got rid of his pills which ironically made him better, which made him less paranoid about everything. Luckily, the JPHS didn't receive any reports of Izuku telling his mission on a random hero. Izuku didn't really know if he was random though. He could be the most popular hero for his sake, but since his mind was completely numb, he couldn't remember any of his old hero memories from the past. One day, Izuku was in his cell, sleeping, and got up, tired without his pills, but less paranoid. He saw a shadow at the door. A tall man with wings against his body, and a silhouette that Izuku was all too familiar with. The JHS president. POB switch. I would like to train this boy. You know very well that I'm more than capable of doing it. I may have only graduated a couple of years ago, but I'm still capable. Very well. Hawks, we do owe you that favor. But do me a favor and do not go easy on the boy and keep his collars on. Understood, ma'am. Now take the boy. He won't ask any questions if we did our job right. Knock, knock, knock. Get up, rat. You have a new teacher. Izuku waked up and he saw it was the hero of the night of his first mission. Izuku didn't know what to say here. He didn't even show any emotion of that he was there. He had this sinister smile to the HPS president, but Hawks saw what that smile really meant. Hope. A last grain of hope. He's smiling to numb the pain of everything that he thinks is going to happen next. Hawks took him in. He took him to a nice restaurant and fed him food. Food that wouldn't boast his quirk. Just food that tasted good. Switch. I don't understand. Why is he doing this? Is this just a way to earn my trust and then break it later? Is this supposed to be a lesson? I don't understand. Why is he acting this way? Why is he nice to me